Hello YouTube, this is Jerry D from Tennessee talking about some stock information here. There's a new rule that's been requested, and how you find out about this rule, you can go to this link. You go to www.nysc for newyorkstockexchange.com/regulation/rule-filings. Then you go down here and you filter 7.13. And this is the new rule that they're wanting to enact. And you'll get two links. You'll get to where they initially filed, and then there's a release. And there's going to be an effective date of 11/6, which is just a few weeks away. So I've heard some things. About some people feel like this is something to target GameStop and American cinemas. I don't know. I'm kind of I'm not exactly sold on that because they're not exactly they're not mentioned in the rule, which they probably wouldn't mention in the rule, but I'm not really sure how they're going to affect things. So let's just look at the rule, and we'll go over some of this stuff that's talked about. It downloads as a PDF. So, pursuant to the provisions of Section 19B1 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 and Rule 19B4 thereunder, the New York Stock Exchange or the exchange proposes to amend its rules to add a new Rule 713, trading suspensions. So this rule is for suspending stock trading. A notice of proposed rule change for publication in the Federal Exchange is attached as Exhibit 1. The text of the proposed rule change is attached as Exhibit 5. So this has been passed, and it is going to go into effect in November, the first week of November. Senior management has approved the proposed change pursuant to authority delegated to it by the Board of the Exchange. No further action is required under the exchange's governing documents. Therefore, the exchange's internal procedures with respect to the proposed rule change are complete. Questions and comments to the proposed rule change may be directed to Sarah E. Glenise, I believe the Z would be silent, but I'm not 100% sure. Feel free to correct me on that if you know how to pronounce her name correctly. Put it down in the comments. It's fine. I have trouble with names sometimes. Senior counsel, she's in the New York Stock Exchange Group Incorporated, and it shows a phone number as well. So the self-regulatory organization statement of purpose of statutory basis for the proposed rule change. Purpose. The exchange proposes to amend its rules to add a new Rule 713, trading suspensions. Proposed Rule 713 would permit the chair of the board of the exchange or the CEO or the office designee of the chair of the CDO to suspend trading in any of all securities trading the exchange whenever, in his or her opinion, such a suspension would be in the public interest. They're trying to protect us, the retail investor. No such suspension would continue longer than a period of 2 days, which I've seen, suspension for months, several months at a time, or as soon as thereafter as a quorum of directors can be assembled unless the board approves continuation of such suspension. So, Let's read on down. The Rule 713 is identical to the rule text governing trading suspensions currently in place on exchanges, affiliate exchanges. New York Stock Exchange American LLC, New York Stock Exchange ARCA, NYSE Chicago Incorporated, NYSE Chicago, NYSE National, and as NYSE National exchanges proposing to add Rule 713 to the exchange in order to harmonize the rules changes with those of affiliated exchanges. To provide for consistent authority to suspend trading across exchange or its affiliate exchanges. The exchange believes that the proposed rule change is consistent with Section 6B of the Act in general, with the Section 6B5 in particular, because it is designed to prevent fraudulent, manipulative acts and practices, to promote just and equitable principles of trade, to foster cooperation and coordination with persons engaged in facilitating transactions and securities, to remove impediments to perfect the mechanism of a free and open market and a national market system, and in general to protect investors and public interests. The exchange believes that the proposed change would remove impediments to perfect the mechanism of a free and open market and a national market system, and in general protect investors and public interests, because identical authority to suspending trading already exists on each of the exchanges, affiliates exchanges, and therefore it's not novel. The proposed rule change would further remove impediments to and perfect the mechanism of a free and open market and a national market system, and in general protect investors and the public interest, because the proposed change would further remove impediments to and perfect the mechanism of a free and open market and a national market system, and in general protect investors and the public interest, because it would permit the chair of the board of the exchange or the CEO of the officer designated of the chair or the CEO to act in public interest to suspend trading in any and all securities trading on the exchange when he or she believes that such a suspension is warranted. Such a suspension would not impact the ability of the New York Stock Exchange listed as securities to trade on an unlisted trading privileges basis other markets. The exchange believes that the proposed rule change will not impose any burden. So, on completion, that is not necessary or appropriate in furtherance of the purposes of the Act. The proposed rule change is not intended to address competitive issues, but rather would harmonize the exchange's rules with those of its affiliated exchanges to provide for consistent authority to suspend trading across the exchange and its affiliated exchanges. What does this mean? Well, it's talking about affiliate exchanges. So let's go here. This is where I showed where you can look it up. If you go over here, close this up. There we go. It just refreshed. I had when I closed it, I guess. So the New York Stock Exchange is not the only exchange in the U.S. The AMEX and the NASDAQ are two other exchanges. So I believe what they're trying to do is when they start suspending trading for securities, they want all three exchanges to halt at the same time. Whereas if you have an account on with a brokerage that's using AMEX or NASDAQ. Now, my suspicion, this is my thoughts, and I don't know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And if anybody has an explanation, feel free to put your thoughts in the comments below. I also have a discussion. Let's go. I'll show this too. Channels, playlists about, let's see. Well, that's interesting. It's my last video. Videos, uploads, subscriptions. Channels, playlists. I used to have a discussion link. Maybe they took that off. I'll revisit that. I did have a discussion. Your channel. Well, apparently it's been taken off. I didn't realize that. Well, anyway, at least you can comment down below the video. We'll just go with that for right now. We also have a Reddit channel, Traders World Reddit. If you want to have a conversation in here, there's Traders World Lounge. You're more than welcome to enter this, and we'll open up a discussion on this topic and try to figure out what this is. But sorry, I got distracted. Will not send my community. That was interesting. I'm gonna have to see if the settings got changed or what. But that's all right. We'll do that later. The difference between Amex, New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ. Here's an article. And, I can give you a link to this, too, if you want to read up on that. But New York Stock Exchange is not the only stock exchange in the U.S. So, here's the thing. And we've seen some of this stuff on... I can go ahead and go back to this scene. We've seen some of this. If you were watching Blue Spear, it's kind of interesting where I wasn't able to trade Blue Spear stock after a certain time. It wasn't allowed to be traded because of caveat emptor restrictions that E-Trade was enforcing. But there were people I was seeing in the Facebook group for Blue Spear that there were people that were still able to trade on TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab brokerages. So my thoughts is, I'm thinking when they suspend trading, when the stock exchange suspends trading, or any of the exchanges suspends trading, that they do it across the board. That's what I think this rule is about. I've seen a few videos on YouTube where they're talking about they think this is targeting GameStop and American Cinemas. This short squeeze deal that's been going on most of this year, actually, against the hedge funds. So I don't know. I'm not going to say. It doesn't mention dark pools specifically, and and I've seen one particular video where they claim that this is to stop the trading in the dark pools. It doesn't say. It doesn't say the dark pools, so I'm not really sure. I think this is just to get to level the playing field with all the stocks across the board. If the Amex suspends trading because of they think somebody's pumping the stock, manipulating the stock somehow, or spreading false information about the stock to try to manipulate the stock price. If Amex or NASDAQ suspends the stock, then that will require the New York Stock Exchange to also suspend it. So, or if the New York Stock Exchange suspends a stock, say if they suspended trading, well, Blue Spear has been locked down because it's not OTC Pink. They've not filed, so they're not current. So, the brokerages have suspended trading for. A lot of them have suspended trading for Blue Spear. You can't trade it. You can't buy or you can't sell your shares. But if you watch the L2 for Blue Spear through the week, if you go look at the time and sales, there are sales going through for Blue Spear that's being traded elsewhere. Now, it could be that Blue Spears get traded on a foreign stock exchange. I don't know if this will even affect foreign trading as far as our American stocks. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to come out, how it's going to work. It would be nice if the New York Stock Exchange would explain what this means to retail investors, what it means for the hedge funds or whatever. Who is this going to affect and how it's going to affect, and why this rule is put in place. It would be nice if they would come out with a new story on Fox or CNN, and maybe they will. Maybe they'll talk about it. Maybe it'll be on Bloomberg. We'll see. But it may have already been on Bloomberg, and I've been busy with work, real work. I have a public job at a university, but so I've not been listening quite as much to Bloomberg, and I might have missed a story. If it's something's been out there, post a link out in my comments and send them to me, and maybe we'll talk about this a little further. But it looks like they're leveling the playing field between Amex Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ. If there's a halt in one spot, that there's going to be a halt in all three exchanges. Is it going to affect other exchanges? I don't know. I don't know if they can, like I said, I don't know if it's going to affect foreign trading. If American stock's getting traded on the foreign market somewhere, a lot of the inner workings of the stock exchange are still a mystery to me. I have an idea how a lot of stuff works, and the AMC and GME spikes have proven the fact that the investor is controlling the price just from the hype off of all this bull run of AMC stock and GME stock has caused the stocks to go up way above their normal stock price in this past year. And AMC, American Cinema, is still running around between $30 and $40 a share, whereas normally was a lot lower. What was it, $12 a share or something? Maybe lower than that. It might have been $7 or $8. I would have to look. Maybe I should look. Let's go look. So let's look at a year. Oh, wow. between, let me show this to you, let you see it. So, November, December, we were around 249, $8, went up to 40, 59. I don't 100% trust. Yeah. I don't 100% trust their charts. Their charts are not accurate because if you see here, the 52-week range is from $191 to $72. So the high $72.62 is the high for the year. So it's been up as high as $72. So, and that's due to the investors buying into the stock and taking the ask on the stock and allowing the price to go up. It's not off of fundamentals or anything about the company. What this professional Bloomberg or whoever says the company's worth or should be worth or what the stock should be worth. It's all about what the investors are willing to pay for the price of the stock. That's what drove the price up on the stock. See, that should be up in the 70s right there. That spike, that peak. Because right here, it says right here, the high was 72.62, but the chart is not. They've got a bug in their code on their software that's drawing the chart. Because there's a lot of times I'll be looking at the chart, and the chart's not exactly what I see on E-Trade. It won't quite go up as high. And maybe I should have logged in the E-Trade. But I do like Google. Google's quick and easy to get to. And you can pull up a chart and you can kind of get an idea of what the stocks are doing or what it looks like. So, see right here, this shows 72 on the high on this one when you go to the full screen chart. But, and it's still holding its price around $40, $30, $40. It might go back up around Christmas time or something. But the whole thing is, the rule is all about suspension. So, are they going to suspend trading on AMC or GME? It's funny. It's really hit me funny because I do not understand. And I'm not saying that they are going to halt either one of the stocks. There's also a story I saw to come out today. Do a search for it on YouTube because I'm not going to do a video on it. Because I don't know where they're getting this information or if the information is just false information that's been put out in the news media to get people to dump their AMC stock or their GameStop stock if you're in either one, because they're saying that AMC target price is going. There's a new way of manipulating the price of the stock that could drop it to $1 a share, and it's $40 now. But think of the loss that people would take if you're holding and it drops to $1. But I'm not saying that it will. I'm saying that there was a news release saying that there was a price target of $1 coming up, and the people should watch it. And you should keep an eye on the stock. And I mean, you don't have to sit there and watch it all day, but every now and then bring up your phone app for your exchange, your brokerage account, and look and see what your prices are and see what the stock's doing. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious if it drops $10 a share. You're going to see it on the app pretty quick. If it's dropping steady, and then go look at the chart and see what the indicators are, the volume weighted average, the MACD, and RSI is doing. See if it's actually going down. But so the deal behind this is to create a level playing field among these exchanges and any any other affiliate exchanges. There may be some small exchanges I'm not aware of that didn't come up on this article. So where if there's a suspension for a stock in one exchange, all exchanges will have the same suspension. Is the way I take this. So where Blue Spear was being traded on TD Ameritrade and the Charles Schwab, I had a senior moment there for a second. Charles Schwab, but it wasn't being traded on E-Trade. You could not buy or sell on E-Trade. But everybody in TD Ameritrade, if they wanted to buy more shares, they could buy more shares. They could sell. I think it's trying to level it out where if it gets halted, it's going to get halted everywhere. I think it's what the purpose of this is. I don't know that it's to target AMC or GME. I could be wrong. I may not understand this, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of stuff's been going on. The stock market's been crazy. I don't know for a fact how it's going to affect. I got a white hair. I got more white hair there. It looks like I've got a booger hanging on my nose, but it's not a booger. Trust me, that's not a booger. Sorry about that. It was kind of drawing my attention. I was like, man, that's awful white right there. But I got one white. Maybe I should just pluck that white hair out later. Anyway, my hair just keeps getting whiter and whiter as time goes on. That's what happens when you're a lonely old man in East Tennessee. Talking about stocks. But I don't know if this is targeting the whole GME, AMC situation. It may be. It may not be. I think they're just trying to level the playing field. They're trying to protect the investors. And there's, if you're in a stock and you're trading on one exchange and it gets halted on another exchange, I think they want to be able to halt it all across the board. I think they want to force them to... They want to communicate across the board and halt it in all spots so it's truly or suspend it in all spots and truly suspend it for 2 days to stop trading so that the hype will settle down and the dust will settle and then it can resume with just normal trading. But I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to make it better or if it's going to make it worse. Because they sure did they killed Blue Spear when they halted it earlier in the year. It was doing well. I think Blue Spear would have held its price, dead burning. I feel, then this is just my opinion, and I need to say this, I am not a stock advisor. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just an old guy in Tennessee over here, East Tennessee, talking about stocks. But I do feel personally that Blue Spear would have held its price had they not halted the stock. And I don't think it was really being pumped. I think there's a lot of excitement about that stock because of the type of stock, the industry it's in. It's taking waste and turning it into energy. I think it was a positive thing for the stock, and it had a positive impact on the company. It's a real company. They have operations. They have a site, and they're listing they list all their locations. They periodically release information on the progress on what their pumps or their plants are doing, their anaerobic digester thing working here and there, and I really believe the halt hurt the stock, and it would have done a lot better. It would still be at a decent price and maybe at a higher price this time of year had they not halted trading on the stock. But that's my opinion, and it is for what it's worth. That's my thoughts on it. I still believe Blue Spear. I wish that they would go ahead and file. I would love to see them go ahead and file, come current, and I think the stock price can go back up to previous highs that the stock had. I really think it could do well. I don't understand why the company is reluctant to go current on the filings. I don't understand that. Maybe they've raised the money that they need to operate, and they're generating money now through the company, and they just really don't care about the stock. I don't know. I hope that's not the fact. I hope they do care about the stock, these investors, because they've helped the company. They went on the stock market, and the people invested in the company has helped the company to grow and achieve its goals. So I don't understand. I don't understand why they would want to go dark. It'd be nice if they would have a press release and explain to the investors what's going on with the company and why they have not gone current. But I don't know. It may be that the person at the helm of the company may not care about stock. They may not care about the company stock. All they care about is about running the company and continue operations and make sure that the operations run smoothly. And that's all. That's their main focus. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, I'm just ranting on. But I thought I'd mention this. I saw an article about this change and notice for the New York Stock Exchange, and I do believe they're trying to level the playing field between the exchanges. Again, this may not be the only exchanges. These are the main three of the U.S. There may be smaller exchanges I'm not aware of, like I said. So, we'll see. I think one example that I could give. So, say where it might hurt the investor if they don't halt all the way across the board is, say it got halted on New York, Amex. Say if a stock got halted on Amex but was not halted on New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. The stock goes up. While Amex is not allowing people that's trading on that exchange, the stock will go up in price. People on New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ are able to sell and make their profit. But at the time that they're selling and making their profit, they're also dropping the price because they're taking the bids and not the ask as the stock price goes down. And then by the time the other stock exchange starts trading again, the prices drop below, and those people have lost money. So it's not been a fair, equal trading event. Whereas maybe two stock exchanges were allowing trading, where the other one was halted. You can see the conflict of interest here. If they halted across the board, then that should truly stop the trading on the stock, and the price is not going to fluctuate. So we shall see the outcome of this rule. Again, when is it enforced? Let's look. Oh, it was on here. Effective date will be November 6, 2021. And this is October 16th. 2021, so maybe 14 to 20 days. Yeah, maybe 21 days. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So we got a little, maybe around 2 weeks before this goes in effect. Will anybody see any change in the way the market's performing? I don't know. We may not see any change. It may function the way it's always been functioning with this rule in place. But again, I'm not going to say that this is the target AMC or GME or the dark pools. It's not specifically mentioning anything about dark pools. It's not really saying who. It does say it's to protect. It does say it's going to protect the investors. So this is warranted suspicion of illicit trade of privileges. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is to protect the retail investors. Because if you're suspended on one platform and they're still trading on 2 other platforms and the price is fluctuating, that's going to keep you from gaining a profit or getting out of the stock, keeping from taking a larger loss than what you're already going to take. So I think this is just to put a little more control between the exchanges and hopefully make it a little more fairer trading field for people. So anyway, that's all I've got. I thought I'd talk about this. I've seen a few videos about this where people's talking about it, and I thought I'd bring it up and bring it to light, show it, tell you how to get into it. I encourage you to go read it for yourself if you're interested in this. I told you how to find it. I'm going to put links in the description down below, and we'll see what kind of effect this has on the stock market, on the prices of the stocks. I'm suspecting not a whole lot. This is going to be some kind of transparent change, and the suspended stocks will be across the board when it happens. So anyway, thanks for visiting my video, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. If you're not a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you like the video, hit that like button, and it'll push the video out to more people to get the news out. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when I come out with a new video. But hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for sticking it out this long, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Hey, thanks for coming by. Glad you checked out the video. Hope you liked it. If you like it, please click on the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. May God bless you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye. Bella's got to be right up under me, don't you, Bella? Oh, my word. Cloudy day, looks like it may rain. Clouds out over the valley. East Tennessee Valley. And Bella, she's just happy to be around.